Have you ever wondered why your hands or feet feel cold, even in warm weather, or why you get lightheaded when you stand up too fast, or just feel like your energy's been running low for years? Well, it turns out those little signs might be telling you something big, that your circulation isn't what it used to be. But here's the good news. There's a simple, natural way to support healthy blood flow, and it starts with just 3 everyday ingredients you might already have in your kitchen. And no, I'm not talking about some expensive supplement or a mystery superfood from halfway around the world. I'm talking about real whole ingredients you can combine into a powerful little mix that may help clear up sluggish arteries, improve energy, and even help your heart do its job with less strain. This mix has been used by people in heart-healthy cultures for generations, and today I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how you can start using it right away. So, if you've been told this is just what happens with age, stick with me, you'll see that's not entirely true. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes simple, trustworthy, natural tips to stay healthy, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It helps more seniors like you find these solutions, and it keeps this channel going strong. All right, let's get into it, because the sooner we take care of our arteries, the better everything else feels. Hi there, I'm Dr. John, and I want to thank you for joining me here on Senior Health Secrets. For over 30 years, I've had the honor of helping older adults across the US find natural science-backed ways to feel better, move easier, and live longer without needing a shelf full of pills. Now, if you're watching this, chances are you or someone you love has been dealing with things like high blood pressure, poor circulation, maybe even some cholesterol issues or early signs of heart trouble. And maybe you've heard the same advice over and over: cut salt, take your meds, and just accept it as part of aging. But let me tell you something I've seen again and again in my patients. The body is amazingly responsive, even at 60, 70, 80, and beyond, when we give it the right support. And often that support can come from the foods we choose. In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 humble ingredients that, when combined, may help improve your circulation, support cleaner arteries, and even give your energy a noticeable lift without complicated recipes or big changes to your routine. You'll learn what these ingredients are, why they work so well together, and how to make a simple daily mix that you can enjoy in under 2 minutes a day. We'll also cover when to take it, how it tastes, and what kind of changes you might notice in just a few days or weeks. And remember, everything I share with you here is rooted in real clinical experience, scientific research, and decades of watching people just like you take control of their health in small, smart ways that add up over time. Now, if you're finding this helpful so far, or if you're just the kind of person who wants to stay informed about easy, natural ways to stay healthy, feel free to click that subscribe button. It means a lot to me, and it helps this information reach others who need it. So, are you ready to learn how a simple mix made from beets, turmeric, and lemon can help your heart pump easier and your blood flow more freely? Let's start by understanding why blood flow and artery health matter more than most of us realize, especially as we age. Let me ask you something. Have you ever gone to stand up from your favorite recliner only to feel a little dizzy? Or maybe you've noticed your legs feel tired after just a short walk, or your fingers get cold even when the thermostat is set nice and warm. These are things many seniors shrug off as just getting older, but in my experience, they're often signs that your circulation is slowing down and that your arteries might be crying out for a little TLC. See, our circulatory system is like the plumbing in an old house. When its brand new water flows strong and smooth. But over time, those pipes can build up gunk. Mineral deposits, rust, tiny cracks, all the things that slow the flow and increase pressure behind the scenes. Your arteries work the same way. They're the highways your blood travels on, bringing oxygen, nutrients, and warmth to every inch of your body, from your brain down to your toes. When those arteries are clean, flexible, and open, you feel it. Your mind is sharper. Your feet don't feel like ice blocks. You might even find you have more energy to get through the day. But when your arteries get stiff or start to clog with plaque from years of processed foods, inactivity, or inflammation, your heart has to work harder just to do its job. And that can lead to fatigue, brain fog, shortness of breath, and yes, even serious issues like high blood pressure, heart attacks, or strokes. Now, I don't say that to scare you. I say it because you can do something about it. In fact, I've had patients in their 70s and 80s come to me feeling wiped out, frustrated, and ready to give up. But once we focused on improving circulation, not just throwing another pill at the symptom, they often felt younger within weeks. One woman I remember clearly well, call her Mary, came to me because she kept feeling off. Her blood pressure was up and down, her feet were always cold, and walking to the mailbox wore her out. We made a few simple tweaks, including adding the very mix I'll share with you today, and within a month, she called me and said, "Dr. John, I feel like someone turned the lights back on inside me." That's the power of supporting your blood flow and keeping your arteries healthy. And while there are many ways to help, like gentle walking, staying hydrated, and managing stress, what you put in your body each day can have one of the biggest impacts. That's why I'm excited to walk you through this easy, natural mix. It includes 3 powerful ingredients that each support your circulation in a different way, and together they work even better. So let's get to the first one. It's one of nature's most beautiful foods, and it's like a natural vasodilator, meaning it helps open up your blood vessels so blood can flow more freely. Can you guess what it is? Let's talk about beets. Beets, you either love them or you don't. But I'll tell you this by the end of this section, even the skeptics might want to give them another shot. Let's start with what makes beets so special when it comes to circulation. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, and I don't mean the bad kind found in processed meats. These are the good nitrates that your body converts into something called nitric oxide. Now, don't let that term scare you off. Nitric oxide is actually one of the most important molecules in your body. It tells your blood vessels to relax and widen, which improves blood flow, reduces pressure, and helps oxygen travel more efficiently throughout your system. I often describe it to my patients like this: imagine your arteries are a garden hose. Over time, if that hose gets stiff or clogged, water can't flow easily. Nitric oxide is like gently turning up the water pressure and softening the hose so everything flows the way it's supposed to. There's real science behind this too. Studies have shown that drinking beet juice can reduce blood pressure in just a few hours. In fact, in one study, older adults who consumed beet juice before walking saw increased blood flow to the brain, and many reported feeling more alert and focused. That's huge, especially as we age and circulation to the brain naturally slows down. But here's the best part: you don't need to chug glasses of beet juice to get the benefits. You can use beet powder roasted beets or even a small amount of beet juice added to your daily mix. I personally recommend beet powder because it's concentrated, easy to store, and doesn't have that earthy taste that turns some people off. One of my longtime patients, Bill, a 74-year-old retired teacher, started adding just a teaspoon of beet powder to his morning smoothie. He told me that within a week, he noticed his hands weren't as cold in the morning, and he had enough energy to get through the afternoon without needing a nap. "I thought I was just getting old," he said. "Turns out I was just getting rusty." That's the thing: most people don't realize how quickly your body can respond when you improve blood flow. It's not magic. It's science, and beets are a key part of that science. Now, one question I get often is, can I eat canned beets? And the answer is yes, but try to choose low-sodium versions and rinse them off. They're better than nothing, but fresh or powdered beets will give you more of that nitric oxide boosting power. You can also roast them, toss them into a salad, or blend them with a banana and some almond milk for a sweet, smooth drink. But in our special circulation mix, you'll only need about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of beet powder per serving. Simple, right? And remember, the goal here isn't perfection, it's consistency. Even small doses of beets taken daily can gradually improve how your blood vessels function. Now, while beets help open up your arteries, our next ingredient helps protect them by fighting off the silent damage that comes from inflammation. Let's talk about one of the most powerful healing roots in the world, and one that's probably sitting in your spice rack right now. It's turmeric, and it's up next. If beets are the engine that gets your blood flowing, turmeric is the oil that keeps everything running smooth. Now, chances are you've heard of turmeric before. It's that golden yellow spice used in Indian cooking, and it's been getting a lot of attention lately, and for good reason. Turmeric is packed with a compound called curcumin, which is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories we know of. So, why is that important for your arteries? Well, inflammation is one of the quietest, but most dangerous threats to your heart and blood vessels. It's like a slow-burning fire that damages the lining of your arteries over time. And when those arteries get irritated, your body tries to patch them up, often with cholesterol and plaque. That's how narrowing and hardening of the arteries, or atherosclerosis, begins. But curcumin helps put out that fire. It calms the immune response that leads to artery damage. Think of it like smoothing out a rough road so your blood can travel more safely and efficiently. Now, what I love most about turmeric is that it's incredibly senior-friendly. It's gentle on the body, it's easy to add to your routine, and it's been used for thousands of years in traditional medicine to treat joint pain, stiffness, brain fog, and yes, heart and circulation issues. I'll tell you a quick story. A gentleman named Fred, 82, came into my office a few years ago complaining about his stiff knees and swelling in his ankles. He had borderline high blood pressure and was taking 3 different meds, but still felt off. We added turmeric to his morning mix, just a small amount, and within a couple weeks, he told me the swelling had gone down and he felt like walking was easier. And more importantly, his blood pressure readings became more stable. That's what turmeric can do. It helps from the inside out. Now, a little tip here. Turmeric absorbs much better when paired with a tiny pinch of black pepper. There's a compound in black pepper called piperine that boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, your body might miss out on most of the benefits. So, in our simple mix, just a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a tiny pinch of black pepper is enough to make a real difference. And yes, if you already take a turmeric supplement, that's great, but using the fresh or powdered spice gives you even more flexibility to work it into your meals or drinks. You can sprinkle it into oatmeal, stir it into tea, or add it right into a glass with beet powder and lemon juice, which is what, well, be doing. And before we move on, here's something else to appreciate about turmeric. It supports brain health too. More and more research is showing that curcumin may help improve memory and reduce the risk of age-related cognitive decline, in part because it keeps blood flowing to the brain and reduces inflammation there as well. So if you're looking for something that supports both heart and mind, turmeric is your friend. All right, now we've got something to boost blood flow and something to protect the arteries from damage. But there's one more ingredient that pulls everything together, helps flush out toxins, and even gives this mix a zesty, refreshing flavor. It's simple, it's familiar, and it might just be sitting on your kitchen counter right now. Let's talk about lemons and why this citrus fruit is more powerful than it looks. Now, let's talk about lemons, yes. That bright yellow fruit that might remind you of iced tea or summer pies, but when it comes to your arteries and circulation, lemons are more than just a garnish. They're a cleansing, revitalizing gift from nature. You see, lemons are packed with vitamin C, one of the most important antioxidants for heart health. Vitamin C helps protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress. That's the damage caused by free radicals floating around in your body, especially when you're exposed to stress pollution or unhealthy foods. Think of it like this. If your arteries are metal pipes, oxidative stress is the rust. Over time, that rust can make the walls weak, cause buildup, and lead to blockages. But vitamin C works like a protective coating. It prevents that damage, keeps the lining of your blood vessels smooth and strong, and even supports the body in producing collagen, which keeps those arteries flexible. But there's more to lemons than just vitamin C. Lemons also help support liver function and aid in detoxification. And that's key because your liver processes the fats and cholesterol in your bloodstream. If your liver is sluggish, more of that gunk can end up sticking to your artery walls. But when your liver is working well, helped along by lemon's natural acidity, you're more likely to keep your blood clean and flowing freely. Plus, lemons contain citrus flavonoids, which have been shown in some studies to reduce inflammation and improve cholesterol levels, especially LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol that contributes to artery-clogging plaque. Now, you don't need to eat a whole lemon like an apple to get the benefits. In our 3-ingredient mix, we'll use fresh lemon juice, about 1 tablespoon per serving. That's enough to add flavor support detox and help balance the earthiness of the beets and the spice of the turmeric. I like to think of lemon as the balancer in this mix. It ties the other ingredients together and makes them easier and more enjoyable to take daily. Here's a story from my own life. My sister, who's now 68, used to struggle with afternoon fatigue and borderline high cholesterol. I suggested she try this daily mix, and she told me, "Honestly, John, it sounded weird until I added the lemon. Now I crave it." And within a couple of months, her energy had improved. Her numbers looked better, and she felt more in control of her health. So, if you're someone who finds it hard to stick to health routines, the lemon might just be the secret to making this one stick. It adds a little zing, and it helps you feel cleaner and more refreshed with each sip. And here's a bonus tip: drink your mix with warm water. Warm or room temperature water helps absorption and is gentler on your digestion, especially first thing in the morning. Now that we've talked about all 3 ingredients, beets to boost blood flow, turmeric to fight inflammation, and lemon to cleanse and refresh, You're probably wondering, okay, Dr. John, how do I actually make this mix? Let's walk through that next. It's quick, easy, and takes under 2 minutes a day. All right, now that you know why each of these 3 ingredients is a superstar on its own, let's put them together into a simple daily mix that's designed to boost your blood flow, support clean arteries, and leave you feeling more energized from the inside out. Here's what you'll need. To 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder, teaspoon of ground turmeric, a small pinch of black pepper. This helps your body absorb the turmeric. Juice from a fresh lemon, or about 1 tablespoon. Warm water, about 6 to 8 ounces. Now, let me walk you through it. Step 1. Get your favorite mug or glass and pour in the warm water. Not boiling, just warm enough to dissolve the powders and be easy on the stomach. Step 2. Add your beet powder. If you're using roasted or boiled beet instead, mash about a tablespoon's worth and stir that in. Step 3. Sprinkle in your turmeric and black pepper. Give it a good stir. You'll notice that beautiful golden red color start to bloom. Step 4. Squeeze in your fresh lemon juice. You'll hear a little fizz, especially if the beet powder is natural. That's a good sign. Give it one final stir, and there you go. You've got a vibrant, natural circulation-boosting drink that takes less than 2 minutes to make. Now, you might be wondering, when should I drink this? Great question. I recommend having this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, if possible. That way your body absorbs it more effectively, and you get a gentle energy lift to start your day. Some of my patients like to take it about 30 minutes before breakfast. But if mornings don't work for you, no worries. Consistency is more important than timing. You can have it in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, or even after dinner, if that feels better for your body. Here's what you can expect when you start taking this mix regularly. You may notice warmer hands and feet, a sign of improved circulation. Some people report lower blood pressure readings after a few weeks. Many say they feel more mentally clear and physically energized. And if you have mild joint discomfort or inflammation, don't be surprised if that starts to ease up too. Now, of course, this isn't a miracle potion. It works best when it's part of a healthy routine, like walking a bit each day, drinking enough water, and eating more whole foods. But I've seen it make a real difference, especially for seniors who are ready for a simple, natural way to take charge of their health. A few quick tips to make this even easier. Pre-mix your powders for the week in a small jar. That way you just scoop and stir each morning. Add a bit of honey if you prefer it. Sweeter, just a teaspoon can cut the earthy taste and still keep it healthy. If you're on blood thinners or other heart medications, be sure to check with your doctor before starting this, just to be safe. And remember, your body is always listening. Every small step you take in the right direction counts. Even a simple morning drink like this can send a powerful message to your heart. I'm taking care of you now. Next, I want to quickly share how you can build this into a routine you'll actually stick to, because health habits only work if we keep them going. Let's be honest, most of us have tried something healthy, felt hopeful for a few days, and then somewhere between the laundry and the grandkids and the endless to-do list, we stopped. It happens to everyone. But when it comes to this circulation-boosting mix, consistency is where the magic happens. And luckily, with a few small adjustments, turning this into a daily habit can be easier than you think. Here's the first trick: pair it with something you already do every day. I call this habit stacking, and it works incredibly well, especially for those of us who like routine. For example, if you always make coffee or tea in the morning, mix this drink while the water is heating up. If you start your day by reading or watching the news, have your beet turmeric lemon mix in hand while you do. My patient Jean, who's 76 and sharp as a tack, keeps a little sticky note on her kettle that says, "Mix for my ticker." That's all it takes to remind her. And now, she doesn't need the note, it's automatic. Here's another tip: keep everything in plain sight. When we tuck healthy things into drawers or high cabinets, we forget about them. So place your beet powder, turmeric, and a few lemons right near your coffee mug, or next to your vitamins. If it's visible, it's doable. And don't be afraid to make it enjoyable. Health shouldn't feel like punishment, it should feel like an act of care. Light music in the background, a comfy robe, your favorite mug. That morning mix becomes less of a chore and more of a ritual. Also, let yourself track the benefits. If you take blood pressure readings, jot them down weekly. If your hands and feet tend to get cold, notice whether they start to feel warmer after a week or two. These little changes are powerful, and seeing them keeps you motivated. And here's something I really want you to remember. It's okay if you miss a day. Health isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. One skipped day doesn't undo your progress. Just start again the next day and give yourself credit for even thinking about your health. That mindset alone moves you forward. Now, some folks ask me, how long should I keep drinking this? Here's what I tell them: make it your new normal, just like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. This mix supports circulation, clears out the gunk, and keeps your arteries healthy, and the benefits keep building the longer you stick with it. But don't just take my word for it. Try it. Give it 2 weeks. Commit to drinking it every morning, even just Monday through Friday, and watch how your body responds. You might feel more energy. You might notice less stiffness. You might even see some encouraging numbers next time you visit your doctor. And when that happens, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below this video and let me know how it's working for you. I read every single one. So to recap, tie this mix to your morning routine. Keep the ingredients where you can see them. Make it a moment of care, not a chore. Track your small wins. Be gentle with yourself if you miss a day. Health is a journey, and this is one simple step you can take to feel better, live longer, and keep that precious heart of yours beating strong. Now let's wrap this up and go over the key takeaway. So there you have it, a simple, powerful 3-ingredient mix using beetroot, turmeric, and lemon that can help boost your blood flow, cleanse your arteries, and support your heart in just a few sips a day. These aren't exotic, expensive superfoods. They're natural, accessible, and time-tested, and when combined, they can support the vitality and freedom you deserve in this stage of life. If this video helped you, I'd love for you to comment one below, just so I know you're taking action for your health. And please share this with a friend, sibling, or spouse who could use a little heart help too. Sometimes all it takes is one new habit to change everything. Remember, you're never too old to start feeling better, and your heart, it's been working hard for you all these years. Maybe it's time we return the favor. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.